Kaijin mixed martial arts. Day after day, you can see coaches and students work hard, but what is behind the gi and the boxing gloves? That is a question that I am about to uncover.
Welcome to Kaijin.
I love Kaijin. I've been training here for 8 years. I've tried a couple other places, and this is definitely my favorite. We have great coaches here, great training partners, and I've learned a lot here.
Possibilities from like jiu-jitsu, boxing, even less than kickboxing, because you have less weapons involved. So with the less weapons you have, the more instinctual it must be. And the way to train that is, unfortunately, drill, drill, drill. All right, let's go now.
Pushes it straight to the ground. Arms back. Scoop the legs. Pick them up.
So I got my hooks in, and I don't just leave my hooks here. Okay? I put my heels down, and my legs squeeze, and I pull my heels in. So I'm tight on. It's a little bit of a workout. And I have my seatbelt. Right now he's in the passenger seat side. This will be driver side. This will be passenger side. I'm right-handed. I choke with my right hand. Yeah, so this you can finish right here just by pulling this elbow back, making it tight. But
Notice what happened. So now follow through on that upper.
The coaches, their knowledge, I think they're really, all of our coaches are really high level, and they really care about the students. So I could go up to different coaches that are expert in different areas, and they'll have really specific knowledge and really in-depth knowledge to help me with. So I feel like I get a lot of really quality teaching here. Not really. I spent most of the time, I spent time outside of the gym, but it's usually in the context of competing and traveling to compete. So I don't know if I have any really weird stories about that outside of the gym. Yeah, I don't have any good ones.
Seems like I am not the only student left to wonder what is behind the boxing gloves. Hello, Mr. Sam. See. Hello. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, okay. How's it going?
Oh, it's going all right. How's your day?
It's been a very beautiful day.
It is a nice day. Huh? And I just go. it's like a bulb that squirts out the.
How again? How? And that's what happened.
Right. So as that hook comes, as the person comes in, right, I'm stepping back. So that was almost gently let it go. And let go gently. Perfect. Because I never want to make a sudden move.
Because then it shows.
It's like a dangerous snake, right? You always want to. Okay. So now that's good. That's perfect. See how I have this kind of ridge of clay that we're going to pull up here? But this is a little weird and bumpy for the inside of my bowl, don't you think?
Yes.
So just take your wet sponge and I'm going to do it a little
Besides
bit.
coaching at Kaijin MMA, Coach Sham takes the time to teach those who are interested in the art of pottery, and he shares a story with us.
There we go. That. You feel a nice little divot underneath there.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
This.
I was at kind of an uncertain time in my life, and I wanted to try something I'd never done before. And I never once ever considered myself to be even remotely artistic. And I still don't necessarily think myself as artistic. But I wanted to try something I'd never tried before, so I just kind of got into it. I had an exposure to an idea that there are things like there's stuff out in the world that is worth that you can study and that you can learn, and it's like the idea of craft or art. It was one thing that I kind of gained from like this idea of craft with my parents, even though I never really learned any pottery from my mother or anything. My mother studied pottery in Japan, and in Japan, art forms are for a lifetime. You know, it's a way of life, and that includes martial arts as well, or being a doctor, or being a high school teacher, which is enormously well respected over there, as opposed to here, for example. You know, there's not a lot of.
So I hear you say that you started pottery like 10 years ago at a time, a difficult time.
A difficult time for me, yes.
And what was your biggest gain or greatest gain of starting doing pottery and continuing? What influenced you to keep doing pottery for so long?
Oh, it's so addicting. I mean, it's just so fun. I mean, it's a very, very addictive hobby. And I just really liked it. And I liked having exploring a whole new side of myself that I'd never experienced before. This what quote unquote artistic or craft side. I mean, I never did well in any kind of art class as a kid. You know, so I'm like the stick figure. Draw. It's like draw that portrait. And it's like a round head with a stick. You know, the little inverted V for the legs and two little arms coming off, like that kind of thing. That was my idea of art, and I grew up around a great appreciation for art. By the time I studied pottery, I had been to, for example, like St. Petersburg, to the Hermitage twice. I led tours through Italy that included, trips to the Uffizi and to the Vatican, and all these fantastic places. So I had a wonderful appreciation for art. And I was like, well, I could never do anything like that. And of course, I still can't do anything like Michelangelo or Albrecht Dürer or somebody like that. But in my own way, this is what that suffices for me. In the same way that, and when I do martial arts, it's like I'm never going to be Ramon Decker or Giorgio Petrosian or who's famous now. I like Vasily Lomachenko. He's such a wonderful fighter. I can never move like that. If I can move the way Vasily Lomachenko moves, maybe for 1 minute my entire life added together, I would be so happy. But for me, we're doing the same thing. Sorry, here that hook come. First thing is a shrug. First tongue. First thing is a shrug. First tongue. First thing is a shrug. First tongue. First thing is a shrug. I mean, it's like, so I don't feel any pressure to be a badass fighter myself anymore. I have to turn out good fighters if I'm going to be a good fight coach, because that's how you're measured. But I want as many people as possible to experience the wonderfulness of martial arts. I mean, look what it did for me. Why would I ever want to hold that back from somebody else? On the contrary, I want as many people as possible to experience that. And those are I would say my 3 goals.
Yeah.
I think that some people probably really like my coaching style. Some people don't, because like I said, sometimes I'm just like, I don't necessarily know if I use these words, but I'm just like, shut up and do it. Do it 100 times. Don't tell me you can't get it when you've only tried it twice. I tell that to you, too, don't I? Right? You're like, I'm not getting this. And of course I'll say, like, what are you not getting? Let's go over it again. But sometimes it's like, well, you just need to do it a lot more. Like when my father passed away, I didn't feel like I was able to put a lot of focus in on my training. I was just so, consumed with, grief and then worry for my family and other things like that. So there's times when, you might ebb and flow as a coach, but I always try to keep my energy in class high. And there's other times where I just feel like I'm just being super creative. And a lot of that is I feel that's going on right now. All day. I used to take like 4 training sessions a day. 5 days a week, and then I worked at night. So I was just like, and I had this wonderful, that timing which is there. So I try to recreate some of that now.